Hello everyone. We were discussing about the role of headmaster as an administrator or administrative aspects. Okay, so today we are going to discuss some more administrative aspects of the headmaster. So in that, maintenance of records and registers. So every school has to maintain various records and register to make the process of administration efficient. So records, registers are essential because of the following reasons. Okay, why they are essential? To provide accurate statistical report to the parents, society and government, and to check irregularity in the attendance of students and staff, to appraise the effectiveness of the instructional program to the authorities and the users, and to present the entire school history of the child, and to reduce retardation and failure to a minimum, and to have proper control and coordination between HRD elements, human resource development elements, infrastructure facilities and budget. Okay, so for all these purposes we maintain records and registers, and these records and registers are useful for the effective process of administration. Okay, so here let us see what are the different kinds of school records. Okay, school records may be classified into the following categories. They are the general records. Okay, so what are the general records? The school calendar. We already know what is school calendar. The school calendar consists of all the events of school. Okay, like curriculum, syllabus, and the teaching learning activities, holidays, exams, all the events will be mentioned in that is the school calendar. And logbook, what is logbook? Logbook is a way to record and keep track of events in your classroom, and logbook are important classroom management tools like that can be used in a variety of ways, such as recording students entering the classroom, communication with students, parents and student teacher conferences. Everything will be mentioned in that is the logbook. And visitors book, like those who are visiting to the school, parents, community members and other non-governmental organizations. Okay, for various purposes like inspection team, DEO, MEO and other the education officers, every one those who are visiting to the school, their record will be mentioned in this visitors book. And educational record. Okay, so what are the educational records? General timetable means the whole school's timetable reflects in this general timetable, and teachers timetable separate either individual timetable. And institutional plan, like what are the plans we have prepared in the institutional plan for the future prospect. Okay, that is the institutional plan. Everything like all the resources, physical, human, financial, budgeting, funding, costing, estimating, implementing, everything will be present in this institutional plan. And teachers diary. Okay, so the teachers diaries about their classroom activities, everything will be present in the teachers diary. That is also comes under educational record. So again in teachers diary, if we divide lesson plan, unit plan, period plan and annual plans. Okay, so lesson plan to particular lesson, like period plan also we can call this lesson plan. For one day, day wise periods plans will be mentioned in this. Then unit plan to complete unit, how you are planning. And okay, then annual plans. Okay, so this nowadays we are not using lesson plan concept, we are using unit plan and period plan, then annual plan. First we prepare annual plan, then we prepare unit plan, then we prepare period plan. So these all plans will be written by the teacher, that how he or she is going to teach the concepts. Everything will be mentioned over there. What TLM she or he is going to use, what examples, what methodology, what strategy they are going to use. Everything they write in that, so that it will be clear for the teacher as well as the organization. And scholastic achievement records. So what do you mean by scholastic achievement records? It is about the academic achievement of the students, like whatever the exams you have conducted, like it is evaluation. Okay, so here in this in this record you write the achievement of the students. Okay, in the their performance in the exams, the assessment, everything will be mentioned. That is called scholastic achievement records. in this all the blueprint of the like question paper and answers, okay, and the number of marks the whole class student got, okay, like how many students got good marks or above average, below average, okay, average marks, everything will be mentioned in this record. This is about the number of students in the class are present. So the whole students records will be present in this scholastic achievement records and progress cards of the students. These are also records. Then transfer certificates, okay, about those who have completed the school. For those transfer certificates are mentioned in these records, okay, those who have already transferred and those who are going to transfer in this year, all the students certificates will be present in this record. Then conduct certificate. What is conduct certificate? Okay, so how do you define the conduct certificate? Conduct is nothing but the there is the characteristics or the behavior of the students, okay, like is there any criminal record of the student is there, okay, is there any delinquent child is there, okay, so about the child, how he has performed throughout the year in his character, behavior, conduct, okay, so that will be mentioned in this conduct certificate. Next, bona fide certificate, like it is a certificate issued by the organization to certify that a particular person belongs to that organization, okay, that is bona fide, okay, he or she is belong to this particular institution or organization, that is called bona fide certificate. Sometimes this bona fide and conduct together issue in one certificate, that is bona fide and conduct certificate. The next one is cumulative records. Okay, what are cumulative records? Cumulative records comprises of all the activities of the students, okay, like his academic, non-academic, curricular, co-curricular, behavior, everything, the all-round development of an individual is present in only one record, that is called cumulative record. Okay, then progress records. This we have already discussed about the students' progress. Okay, in each assessment and each the semester, how much per the he has scored, that is mentioned in this progress cards. After this educational records, we have administrative records. What are administrative records? In that there are different types are there. Admission registers, okay, so when you take the admission into the school or institution, your name, your all the particulars, details, your previous organization or institution, your date of birth, your subjects, okay, your contact number, everything will be mentioned in this, that is admission registers, okay. Then teacher attendance registers, okay, so teachers attendance, like how daily how many teachers are coming, what is their check-in and check-out time, everything will be mentioned in this. And student attendance registers, okay, and students attendance and service registers of teaching and non-teaching staff. What do you mean by service registers? Service registers are the registers which is related to a particular teacher or non-teaching staff. For example, if you take any teacher's service certificate, like when he has joined the organization, okay, and what are his qualifications, his experience, okay, everything will be mentioned in the his salary and all those details will be mentioned in that, that is called service register, means it is comprises of his whole service, okay, that is called service registers. It is of both teaching and non-teaching staff, okay. And casual leave registers and other leave registers, okay, so casual leaves, if you take any CL, that will be mentioned in that register, and other leave like sick leave, okay, medical leave and maternity or paternity leave, any leave you have taken, that those all things will be entered in these registers, that is casual leave register. Casual leaves will be mentioned, and other leaves such as medical leave, any other leaves you will be mentioned. Punishment registers, okay, here the punishments we give to the students, okay, like suspension punishment and other things. Not only student, if any other person of the organization is committed to any offense or anything, okay, so that will be mentioned in these registers, okay, punishment registers, so the details will be mentioned over there. Then inward and outward registers. What are inward and outward registers? Like for example, the registers of letters and other communication, both inward and outward, to be kept according to a specified format. Like what are the things you are sending outside the school, what are the things you are getting outside to inside the school, such as letters, couriers, parcels, books, or any other equipments. Those are all things we mentioned in this. Okay, that is inward and outward registers. Next, financial registers. Okay, so in that the first one is acquaintance register, or acquaintance rolls also we call. So here the acquaintance registers, in this the salaries paid to teaching and non-teaching staff, number of working days for which a teacher has been employed, if temporary, okay, like on contract basis or permanent basis. Are there any deductions for their leaves or absence of the teacher, okay, or non-teaching staff? That is mentioned in this, that is acquaintance. All the salary details, deduction, increment, everything will be mentioned here. So these will be separate for acquaintance register for teaching staff and acquaintance register for non-teaching staff also there. Next, daily cash book. Okay, what daily cash book? So daily, what are the expenditure we incurred on various things in the school? Okay, that is comes that will be mentioned in this daily cash book. Like what are the expenses you are doing? Okay, then main cash book ledgers. Okay, like it is handling a large amount of cash, debit and credit transactions, and cash book takes the place of a separate cash account in the main organization. Okay, the ledger amount, like what is the amount is there, everything will be mentioned in the main cash book ledgers. And bill registers, like whatever the bill payments, like electricity bill, water bill, okay, if there are any rents or newspaper bills, okay, all those bills which are paid by the organization will be mentioned in that. Next, contingent registers. So what are contingent registers? These registers maintain records of all expenditure on equipment, repairs to buildings, rents for buildings, okay, stationery books purchased for the library, equipments purchased for the laboratory, okay, like postage, okay, like these all are expenses will be mentioned. And the contingent, like all other things, the miscellaneous will be mentioned in this contingent registers. Then register of scholarship, like how many students are eligible for the scholarship, okay, what are their scholarship amount, what is their status, okay, how many students so far they got the scholarship, how many has to still get the scholarship, everything will be mentioned in this register. Okay, like all the students are not eligible for the scholarship, only some scholars students are eligible, so their names, their all scholarship details will be mentioned in this. And tuition fee collection register. Okay, so tuition fee is the monthly fee or the trimester, semester. So it is based upon the institution how they are collecting the fee, that will be mentioned in this register. Special fee collection register, like special some organization charge special fees, that also mentioned in this register. Stock registers, there are different types of stock registers, like stock register furniture and equipment. So how much furniture and equipment is available in the organization, that is stock register of furniture and equipment. And issue register, like the things, the equipment, the furniture or any other objects if you have issued, that will be mentioned in this issue register. And library accession register, like the students, the teachers and other members, those who have borrowed the books from this library, that will be mentioned in this library accession register. Stationery register, so what are the stationery we have purchased for the school purpose, like the papers, okay, the registers, the notebooks, books, the pens, all the required stationery material, whatever you have purchased for the school purpose, that all those things mentioned in this stationery register. And breakage register of equipment, okay, so there are so many equipments are available in our school, okay, that if there any equipment is breakdown, okay, that will be mentioned here. For example, in laboratory, if you take any glassware, anything is breakdown, so that will be mentioned in this breakage register, okay, so that we should know that what are the things which are damaged, okay, so whether we have to repair them or replace them, that we will decide upon it. Then conducting staff meetings. Okay, so staff meetings should be held regularly at least once in a month. All staff members must attend these meetings. During staff meetings, cooperative and academic atmosphere should be prevailed. Okay, so the atmosphere should be very well, and the staff meeting should be regarded as the common form for mutual discussion and exchange of ideas. Okay, here they exchange their ideas. The teachers, the headmaster, the in charges, everybody, they exchange their ideas, their opinions for the betterment of their organization, institution, or the teaching learning activities. And problems related to discipline, institutional planning, annual planning, school budget, organization of curricular, co-curricular activities, conduct of examination, and all other administrative matters should be discussed for the better solutions. These all things will be discussed in these meetings. And the meeting should be organized on democratic lines. Okay, like we are following the decentralization type of administration. So here democratic principles on the basis like nobody is superior here, everybody should accept and the follow the opinions and the values of each other, and the best one we have to choose among. So a secretary should be appointed for keeping the minutes recording the proceedings. Like one person should be accountable for what are the things we have discussed during the meeting. Okay, that is a secretary should be appointed for keeping the minutes of recording the proceedings. Although the HM should chair the meetings, occasionally the subjects heads may reside over the meeting for the academic programs. It would be better to give sufficient notice of the meetings with important business agenda. Okay, like a notice should be given, like what is the meeting, what purpose we are gathering to here, and all. And so the teachers will keep themselves prepared. Okay, what they have to talk, what they have to speak or express, or give the suggestions about the particular things for the meetings, and have time to think over the agenda. And the staff meeting may also be held at the request of a reasonable number of staff members. Okay, so reasonable number of staff members should be attend this staff meeting, and the HM should see that the more vocal or more aggressive members do not monopolize the discussion of the staff meeting, should not break with the impression that it was a show of 2 or 3%. Okay, some people are very expressive, very aggressive, they always try to give some suggestions, opinions. Okay, all every time they are talkative. Okay, so because of such type of people, others cannot express their feelings or opinions, or they are unable to get time to express themselves. So here the headmaster should see such type of people should not monopolize. Means what happen if they are continuously speaking or talking, it is become only one two three show of 2 or 3 persons. Okay, all the members are unable to join or express themselves. So that should not be done here. Everybody should get chance to express themselves. And the HM should honestly respect the opinion of staff and their decisions. Okay, normally the HM should not override the decisions of the staff. Okay, so here he should listen all of them, and he should see which one is appropriate, which one is acceptable. Okay, that type of decisions he should appraise. Okay, and normally the HM should not override the decisions of the staff. Okay, so these all things should be take care by the headmaster, and these are also the some of the administrative aspects of the headmaster. Okay, so the still here we have completed the administrative aspects of headmaster. Okay, hope you understood. Thank you.